Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Infinite Abilities Podcast. I am your host, Nick Yerhart, and we are here to encourage each other to find our own unique abilities. Let's go. All right, everyone. So today we have Aria, and I know that she's going to share a lot of valuable things with us today. So, Aria, can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Yeah, thank you for inviting me, Nick. I am really
Of course.
excited to be here. I am Arianne De Rond, and I have experience for 30 years in dog training, in personal coaching, animal communications, and this year, it's still this year, right? This year
Yep.
I wrote a book as well. So I am
Oh.
adding author now at my name. So I am kind of a whole range of things. I love to get the highest potential out of everyone. And I do that with the help, with the bond that we have with the dogs. So instead of teaching the dog, I changed it all. And now I want to be open and learn from my dogs to do a better thing in this world.
And then you're taking that and working with your clients so they can learn how to be better from their animals.
Yes.
I like that.
Yes, I'm looking always for the intuitive dog owners that are a step ahead and think about, why is my dog doing this? And start to be curious instead of judging what they do. And maybe we can just support them. And if we change our approach with the dogs, then we change the approach in our whole lives.
I like that a lot. And we can all learn so much from animals, and especially dogs. Dogs are very different than any other animal. I grew up on a farm. I've had horses, cows, sheep, a lot of cats, and dogs are just, the man's best friend. So they're just always there for you, always there to protect you. And, I heard somebody say it one time. It's like, when you come home and your dog meets you at the door, that amount of excitement that they have to see you is how you should be when you see somebody else.
Yeah. Like, that's a great one.
Yeah. I love that. If we all got that excited to see one another, like the whole world would be a whole lot better.
That would be so much better in this world. Oh, for sure. That's one thing that we can learn from the dogs, but there's so many things. And dogs are really looking for that connection with us. So that's why we can learn so much from them, because what we are looking for in our lives is the connection with other people as well, right? So if we take that approach from the dog, how they try to connect with us, then we might be able to use that same approach to everyone around us.
Yep, I agree 100%. And, what are like a few of the key things that you help people realize that they can learn from their dogs?
So I am really working on leading with purpose. And you can only lead with purpose if you start to be self-aware, if you know why you do the things that you do. So any behavior that our dogs have comes at the end from our behavior to them, right? So if we start to change our approach to them instead of judging and blaming and shaming them for their behavior, but we start to open ourselves up for understanding and compassion, then the dog's behavior starts to change as well. So it's a direct mirror for us to become a better person. And every step on that journey is your dog is growing with you. And I think it is the best way to learn from your dog, because it's so hard how people are towards each other, right? So it's easier to learn from a dog because even if we make a mistake, they don't care.
No, they don't.
They are always there.
Yeah, and dogs just love you unconditionally.
Yes,
And it's
exactly.
incredible.
Yeah, and that approach, if we use that we learn from how they love us, even if we make mistakes, even if we learn, even if we're growing into a better person, then they help us to make this world a better place. And maybe we sometimes get that excitement for everyone that we see, right?
Yep, exactly. And then, you work with people and dogs. Do you work with any other animals?
I am not working as much with dogs anymore because I want that the people learn from their dogs.
Yeah, exactly. Yep.
Yeah, but I do.
Do you help people who have cats? Like, I've got 3 cats, so I love my kitties. I don't have any dogs anymore, so.
Yeah, but that's a great question.
Yeah, I just kind of want to know if there's, similarities that you can teach through, cat owners.
Yeah, so every animal has some different ways to connect with us. There's some cats who really love that connection with us. And if they love that connection, those cats we can do the same things with. But cats who like to be on their own, then it's harder to learn from, right? Because they don't really see us. So we really need an animal that sees us for who we are. And then we can build that connection a little bit more. But it's kind of funny because there's a lot of people who work with horses, right? Horses are incredible teachers as well.
Amazing. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. But I tell you one other thing, and I bet you didn't know that. You know what? Chickens are great teachers as well. Because, chickens are really quick in picking up our patterns. So we can teach chickens pretty quick things. So if we change things in our approach to them, they really quickly show us if we're doing a great job or not, right?
Yeah. That's really interesting. I didn't know that.
Yeah, so there are more animals, but I focus mostly on the dog owners, but only the dog owners who are open to learn to inspire the dog instead of control. Because if you really have the mindset that you want to be the dominant person and things like that were taught in the past, then I cannot change that for you. You need to be open and curious, and only then I can help you to learn from your dog.
Okay. And, all 3 of my cats, they're the type where they want attention as much as they can get it. So, every night they're all sleeping in my bed and they're all waking me up in the morning. So yeah, it's really, really awesome.
You are really lucky then with those cats.
I have one cat, my oldest, she's been my baby, and she just, if I do something that makes her mad or something, she gets her revenge every time.
So I bet
annoying.
you're learning from her.
Yeah, I'm learning. Like, don't make her mad.
But at the end, it's the energy that we send out and that they send out, right? So I bet your cat is not just learning you, don't get me mad, but also calm down because we don't need to do it.
Yep,
right?
Exactly. Oh, yeah.
So that is a big one in our approach is you need to take a step back and just try to see the perspective from the other side, from the dog side or your cat side, right?
Yep.
And 9 out of 10, if we open ourselves up, we're like, oh, I never thought about that. But if we do that, now we are on that level that we can say like, okay, now I know the other side, or I can try to understand the other side. So now I can support instead of judging.
Mm-hmm. Wow. I really like that. That's incredible.
So now when you see your cat, now you know,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. Now I gotta figure out how to make it so she doesn't get mad when I leave for a couple of days. That's the biggest thing. If
So
I go away, then I come home and I'll be honest, this is what she does to get back at me. She will poop on my bed. Yeah, it's so annoying. It's like if I'm gone for more than 2 days, I know what to come home to.
oh, lucky
Yeah,
you that you have
yeah, I
that.
know it's wonderful.
But again, it is she does that, or he or she, I don't know, but
she,
yeah.
she, she.
Okay,
It's a
so
girl.
she does that, and then it is our reaction onto it is what it makes it
Mm-hmm.
more or not. So if you just clean it up and don't put too much attention to it, but you're happy to see her back,
Mm-hmm.
she might change her approach because she does get your attention, but not
Yeah,
in a bad way,
yeah. Yep.
right?
I think I've tried everything. I've tried getting mad at her. I've yelled at her. She just don't care. And now, now it just I know what to expect. And now it's like I don't care. It's like it is
Right.
what it is. So
Yes. Yeah, yeah,
you
yeah.
know,
And
and
it is the way it's still a cat, right? So it's
mm-hmm,
not as connected with us as a dog. But
yeah,
my dog, I do a lot of things with my one dog. One dog is a therapy dog as well, so I'm going out with her and I'm doing a lot of things. So if I am away for a couple of days, she just sits in front of the window all
mm-hmm.
day, every day. She will go out
Sad.
with my kids, but
Mm-hmm,
as soon as she comes in, she checks if I'm back, and I'm not.
mm-hmm,
Okay, then I'm sitting in front of the window. So we cannot take that part away. So what if we start to prepare ourselves a little bit better? And that is the part that I got from the animal communication.
mm-hmm.
Instead of just go away, why don't you talk to your cat and tell her what your plans are?
So it's funny that you bring that up because me and my best friend we went on a trip a, a few weeks ago, and before I was leaving, I looked at my cat and like, Marshmallow, don't poop on the bed, okay? Don't do it. I'll be back soon, okay? And guess what?
She did
She
it.
didn't do it. No.
So
So, it
so
works.
now instead of focusing on the bad thing that she does,
Yeah.
focus on the excitement and say like, "Oh, I'm going away, but I will tell you everything when I come back, and I'm
Mm-hmm.
super excited to see you again."
Mm-hmm. Oh,
Right?
yeah. Yeah, it works because the last time it worked. So yeah, there we go.
And you know what? If it
It's
doesn't work for
awesome.
one time, it doesn't mean that you
Yeah.
did something wrong, because
No.
it's connection with two people, right? Or
Mm-hmm.
two spirits. It's your
Yeah.
cat and you, and there might be that the connection wasn't as well as normal, and that's
Mm-hmm.
okay. And it doesn't mean that you did something wrong. Then try it again.
Yeah. Yeah. I like this. This is really awesome, and I'm so close with my cat. Look, I'm just uh, I love him too much. Especially my oldest. Like me and her have a bond unlike any other. Well, like she only likes me. She doesn't like anybody
Oh,
else. Yeah, only I'm the only one that can pet her. Like she just doesn't like anybody else. But
yeah,
everybody thinks it's funny because they're like, your cat is more like a dog than a cat
yeah, yeah. That's
because she listens. Like, if I tell her to get down off a chair, she'll just get down. You know,
nice.
I tell her how to sit, shake, and lay down just like a dog. You know, so it's just like she's kind of like a little dog.
All right, but I bet that when you have a bad day, I'm
Mm-hmm.
sure you tell your cats, don't you?
I don't tell her I have a bad day. I get my attention from her. You know, I give her attention because that always helps me
Yes,
on my bad days. Yeah.
yes. So So open yourself a little bit more up and just see them as your best friend and talk to them. And it doesn't always have to be with words. It can be with your intention, with your thoughts, right? And when you come into that in your house, your cat already knows, he had a bad day. Or, oh my gosh, he is so excited today. Maybe he doesn't want to come because you're too excited. That can be too, right? But your dog or your cat or any animal around you, they figure out based on energy, not even the words, but based on the energy, how we feel. And you know what? They know better how we feel than we do, because we kind of been taught that we're not allowed to feel all the feelings anymore, right? If we're angry, people say to us, you're not allowed to be angry. Or if you're sad, now it's long enough to be sad, right? But that doesn't mean that sadness is gone. So if we sit with it like a dog or a cat, if we sit with the emotions that we have and we're not judging them, what we see, it is within about 15 minutes, it dissipates.
It does.
And animals know that. So if you're not feeling well, my dog just comes and sits with me, and sometimes I get a lick or they just sit against me, right? And they sit with me until it is gone and I can feel better again. Right?
That
hiding
is very
it,
true.
But hiding it doesn't dissolve the feeling. It just gets stuck somewhere in your body. And it comes back one time, maybe when you don't want it.
That's usually when it comes, when you don't want it. And I know that's true, because on the days that I'm, sad or, just down, my cat Marshmallow, she will be by my side the whole time.
Yes.
Always there. Or if I get sick, she never leaves. You know, like she's always right there.
Yeah. Cool is that. And you don't have to tell her anything. She just knows, right?
Yep.
Yeah, that is so cool.
Awesome. Well, this is really awesome. And I ask every guest the same question. And that is, my slogan is, your abilities are infinite. What does that mean to you?
That's every time when you accomplish something, there's always something new. There's always more. We can learn every time more. There's never an end on growing. There's never an end on learning. Right? But also we need to know that we all have our own pace of learning. We don't need to, like at school, we kind of are forced to learn in a certain system all at the same pace. But that's not always the pace that we all have. And I know that there was some research done. If you have kids from about 15 years old, they're all almost at the same level, but they did it in different pace during that time, right? So it's not that I can tell you need to grow in 10 weeks and then you are this. That's not.
No.
And I think in this world, it is really more competition instead of just being you and become every day a little bit better.
I wake up every morning with the intent to be at least 1% better than I was the day before.
Yes.
Yep.
And what happens when you don't feel that you're 1% better?
Then the next day, I do it again.
Yes! Yep. I love that. That's so true, right? Because there might be days
where you don't do anything.
Where you're not doing anything, or
Yeah.
everything is against you. That's kind
Yeah.
of the feeling that we have, right?
Yeah.
And that's okay. But just stay that day where you are and do it next day.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
And the
like
funny part is also, if you look back into the dog world or any animal world or even nature, let's take this example. When an apple falls from a tree, it will rotten and it will dissipate in nature, and then the seeds will come into the ground and they start to develop a new tree. Do you think that seed, that apple seed, knows where he's going? He just does it, right? He is just working on where he is and become a little bit more and more and more. And one day, he is the apple tree, full of apples. And we are kind of forced in school or in our lives that at 10 years old, we already need to know what we want to be.
Yeah.
And that's so silly. It's so silly because the world around us is changing all the time. So why would I already think that's what I want to be if I'm not allowed to even change it? And things can change all the time.
Yeah. And I do want to, talk a little bit about that because, like you're saying, we're all kind of forced into the lifestyle that we have. And when you decide that you want to live the life that you want, not what everybody else wants, when you take that journey, you say, at 10 years old, we're supposed to know what we want. That's what people say. But I want to challenge you to look back on your 10-year-old self and have the creativity that you had back then to decide what you want to do now. Have those big goals that you had when you were a kid and just, see what excites you, just like when you were a kid.
Yes, and that's so important, right? It's that excitement again from the dog when you come in.
Yeah, exactly.
I love that. Yeah, but it is so true. And that's why I really work on that lead with purpose. Because if you don't know who you are, how can you lead the dog in a way that it is close to you? It's authentic you, right? So
exactly.
So life is all about development, right? It's becoming a better person. And that's where that coaching industry is kind of growing like really big right now, because people start to be aware that I need to know who I am instead of other people tell me who I am.
Yep, exactly.
Right? Does it feel good for you? And that feeling state where you go back inside, if that feels good, that's where your dog already knows, because those feelings are clear for your dog.
Yep. And as coaches, we're here to help you figure out where you want to go and then figure out how to get there.
Yes.
We don't teach really. We just help and we guide.
Yes, we take your hands and we walk with you, right?
With you. Yep, exactly.
Yeah, that's so important because, like, as a coach, you still need to do it yourself. So if you are not doing it for you, then you will not get there, because it's really hard to be determined if it's for someone else.
Yeah, it is. Yep, it is. This episode of the Infinite Abilities podcast is brought to you by the one and only Infinite Toolbox, where just like all other toolboxes, we will get the job done, guaranteed. Whether you're an entrepreneur looking to save time, boost revenue, or automate your processes, Infinite Toolbox has got you covered. With powerful tools designed to drive leads, expand your reach, and gain your industry secrets, we help you work smarter, not harder. Are you ready to take your business to the next level? Visit us at infinitetoolbox.com. That's infinitetoolbox.com, and discover how infinite your potential really is. All right, so for all the listeners that want to work with you, how can they find you?
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
I like that. All right, I am on Facebook as Arianne De Rond. You see it here as well. I am on LinkedIn. I am a little bit on Instagram, not as much. I have a lot of content on my personal page about leading with purpose, where I really challenge you to be more curious about your relationship with your dog. So if you want to follow me or friend request me, please do, because I love to have more impact into this world. And a big mission for me is changing this world with one dog at a time. So if you are having a dog, you are one of me that I would like to take your hands and guide you to that better world. And,
amazing.
And then beside that, I have my book.
Yay.
Be the change for your dog. And it's like a book. It just came out in November. So it's not as long. You can find it on Amazon. And also I have a website. I hope that you put that in the notes here. It's joyfulsupport.com. You can order your book there as well. I have coaching programs. I do a lot of speaking. So I do interviews, podcasts, but also in person. So not to judge anybody, but I want you to open your eyes and start to see the world from the dog's perspective. Sometimes that world is much better than we see it from us.
Yep, it is. Awesome. Well, this has been absolutely amazing and so helpful. And like, I know that when we get off right now, I'm going to go out and see my kitties, you know? So
I would love to hear from you if you go away again and you tell your cat how that works when you come back.
All right,
and
I will let you know.
Yeah, and even when you are away, you don't have to be physical together. You can still talk to your cats even when you are not with them. So don't forget that. But again, we're still in such a world where rush, and we're busy and we're even more busy. So we don't take that time to sit with our own thoughts, but also with the intuitive side that comes in. And we don't recognize it anymore, but that intuitive side might be a message from your cat coming into you.
Yep, I agree. All right, awesome. Thank you so much.
Yeah, it was a pleasure. Thank you so much, Nick. And I hope that your audience will really get something out of this just like you did.
Oh, yeah, I know they will. If you enjoyed this show, please go ahead and share it on your Instagram story and tag me here, the Nick Yerhart. Also, go ahead and share it anywhere else that you see fit, because the only way that I can grow this is by you guys sharing it. I don't sell anything on here. I don't have any sponsors. So let's just get it out there by word of mouth and help more people. Alright, everyone. Remember, your abilities are infinite.